Let's look at the agenda here. Let's talk about what AWS is, why it's such a big hit. We'll have a look at the overview of the services. We'll see how much it costs, how big it is, and what the future of AWS is. So, what is AWS? Everyone is talking about Amazon Web Services, but let's have a look at what it is. It's basically a global cloud platform, which allows you to host and manage services on the internet. It's used by almost 80% of Fortune 500 companies to host their infrastructure, and it has a lot of services which it provides to its customers. There's infrastructure service, which means they provide bare servers as a service, so you don't need to manage the backup and the power supply of the service. They provide platform of the service. You can get Java, Ruby, PHP as a service, so that you don't have to manage the binaries of these applications. You get software as a service, wherein you get email sending capabilities like SES. You get queuing services like SQS, and it's a cloud storage platform wherein you have a lot of storage options including EBS and S3. So all in all, AWS is a hosting provider, which gives you a lot of services, wherein you can run your applications on the cloud. Now, let's take a look at why it's such a big hit. So everyone is trying to use AWS. Everyone is trying to put their applications on the cloud. So what's the reason that AWS is the top provider and the top choice for doing anything on the cloud? One of the biggest reasons is the billing. So the billing is very clear. You get a per hour billing. Every instance or every service has a micro billing. So, be it instances on EC2, you get per hour billing rate, which is very transparent. Even S3 buckets are charged on a per GB basis, although it is a storage service, but still, there is micro billing available there. The sign-up process is easy. You don't need to sign any agreement, nothing. You just go, sign up with an email ID, add a credit card, and you're good to go. You can go from 0 to 100 in just 2 minutes. You can launch your servers, big machines, without buying hardware. Without procuring any hardware, you can just be up and running in minutes. So, their billing dashboard is also very simple. They give you an integrated billing dashboard, which gives you reports. You can pull out reports every month. You can pull out reports based on services, based on various parameters. For the cloud provider to be a hit, you need it to be stable. It has to be a trusted thing. So their services are quite stable. In the last 7 or 8 years, they have seen some 3 or 4 major outages, but those have been only region specific. So that means out of the 12 or 13 regions in which they operate, the outages have been region specific in a particular country or continent. And those also have not been more than 2 or 3 hours and have not affected all of their customers. It's a trusted vendor. So when we talk about AWS, it comes up as something which is used by everyone in the industry. From small startups to big enterprises, everyone sees Amazon as a trusted advisor. Now, let's have an overview of the most commonly used services. So the first and the most commonly used service is EC2, which is Elastic Compute Cloud. This is the service which gives you bare servers. So this service will give you a machine which you can launch and you can run your software on those. You can get small or big machines based on your requirements. The second choice is VPC. So Amazon will not allow you full control of their cloud. Instead, they give you chunks of their cloud, which is VPC, or the Virtual Private Cloud. So VPC lets you create networks in the cloud and then run your servers in those networks. The next one is S3, which is Simple Storage Service. So S3 gives you the opportunity to upload and share files. So it is mostly a file storage and sharing service. Then you've got RDS, which is Relational Database Service. So this RDS allows you to run and manage databases on the cloud. So they've got almost all the major flavors of databases, right from SQL Server to Oracle and MySQL, PostgreSQL. They have recently launched another one, which is called Aurora, which claims to be a very high-performance database. Then, Route 53 is there for DNS. So, they've got a managed DNS service wherein you can point your DNS to Amazon and they take care of the stuff. So, it's a global DNS service, it's a scalable DNS service, so it scales according to demand. There's also Elastic Load Balancer. The ELB is a service which gives you the opportunity to load balance incoming traffic to multiple machines. So this way, you can scale up your web applications to any number of users. You've got auto-scaling, which adds capacity on the fly to Elastic Load Balancers, so that your website or your application is never down due to a load. How much does it cost? This per hour billing is already mentioned for everything. If it's something like a storage thing, again, there's a per hour or per GB month storage. So I think there is region-specific pricing. So Virginia is the cheapest region out of all of them. So the region-specific pricing is because they have got some regions which they have got good hold of, and they are the headquarters. So Oregon and Virginia are the cheapest actually. They also give you services based on the term. So if you sign up for something for a year, it would be cheaper for you rather than signing up for something on an on-demand basis. So they've got reserved instances which are very cheap as compared to the on-demand ones. You can get discounts from 20% to almost 60% if you sign up for a 3-year term. They are spot resources. Examples of these are spot instances. So this is like a bidding market base, where you can bid for a price. The only downside of this kind of pricing is that your machine might be terminated or your resources might be terminated if someone bids higher. People use these kind of things for doing some ad hoc in-search or some ad hoc tasks, which are really not critical. How big is it? They have got 15 regions across major countries of the world. They've got regions in the US, Europe, Asia Pacific. They've got a global footprint. So in today's world, if you are anywhere in the world, you would have a region within 1,000 miles of your location. They've got massive data centers. So each of the region has got multiple availability zones. So one availability zone can be thought of as a big data center. The data centers have anywhere from 300,000 to 500,000 servers. What is the future of AWS? So they currently have 64 services, which span across infrastructural service, software as a service, platform as a service. They are launching new services in all demands every day. Right now, they are focusing on machine learning. So recently, they've launched a couple of services which focus exclusively on machine learning. And they are focusing on software as a service product, wherein they want to take control of the service you want to utilize. They don't want you to do it. They want you to upload it to them. And every now and then, they keep on reducing the costs. So you would hear it in the blog that, okay, the price of EC2 machines has been reduced. And this is because of their scale. So they scale up and they give the cost benefit to the customer. That's all for